Sometimes there are places that not only inspire you to paint, but invite you to stop, breathe, and simply look. A few days ago, I was in Huesca, walking for hours through forests and mountains. Huesca is in Spain. My companion and I decided to climb up the famous Ordesa Valley, which took 3.5 hours of walking up a steep slope. That day I had some pain in my leg, but the need to be there was much greater than the pain. Sorry for my pronunciation. I'm a Spanish speaker from Barcelona trying to improve my English. So this watercolor was born from that day, from that fresh air, from that beauty that overwhelms you. Surely the sky knew I was there, because it created clouds for me that I will never forget, with their undulating shapes and deep perspective. They changed every time I looked up. And what I saw was so spectacular that I couldn't stop taking pictures. I looked at the people around me, walking so calmly, and couldn't understand how they weren't all standing still, looking up and admiring the spectacle and the dance that the clouds were giving us. To capture that dance on paper, I worked with a fairly diluted mixture of cool blues and soft grays for the sky, because that's how it felt, covert, mysterious, and yet alive. And you know what's most curious? Hidden behind those clouds was Monte Perdido, that means lost mountain. Yes, below the clouds, above that dome-shaped central mountain, you should be able to see an even higher mountain. Did you know that it is called that because for centuries no one knew exactly where it was? It turns out that French sailors could see that mountain from the sea, but when they reached the mainland, it was lost among the peaks. They couldn't find it, hence its name Monte Perdido, the lost mountain. But note that it's not just the sky that stands out in this image, it's also the textures of the rocks, mountains, and meadow with its little path and stream that play a big part. To give texture to the mountains and rocks, I used the densest pigments, with almost no water. This is how I achieved that rough and consistent relief effect. I worked on the meadow wet on wet, letting the greens blend almost on their own, because nature sometimes paints better than we do. This balance between control and letting go is part of the charm and the challenge of watercolor. If you want to learn how to master this balance, I have prepared a free class where I share the 5 keys to mastering water in watercolor. You can access it from the link I've left in the description. It's completely free and you'll be able to apply what you have learned immediately when you start painting your next watercolor. And as I always say, your watercolors will no longer look drier than desert sand, and you'll be able to paint with a very interesting style and atmosphere. I will tell you now a secret that I am a little ashamed of it. I never know if I should pronounce watercolor or watercolor. So let me know in the comments how should I pronounce it, like an American speaker or like an English speaker. Well, after taking this photo, I continued straight along the path until I reached those small trees at the very end, just below the dome-shaped mountain. And there, unexpectedly, another gift from nature. You end up at a beautiful waterfall called Cola de Caballo, that it means horse's tail. From here, only the most daring continue upwards through these mountains, which are not as welcoming as the valley, but which surely offer breathtaking views once you reach the top. Painting this landscape was like reliving the route. Every tree, every stone reminded me of a part of the journey. At times, the slight pain and discomfort in my leg made me think about turning back, but I also thought, how many times in life do we miss out on landscapes like this because we give up a little too soon? Sometimes you have to endure a little pain to get farther. Painting, in the end, is like walking up a mountain. It's slow, there are mistakes, there are difficult moments and moments of doubt. But believe me, if you keep going, something beautiful ends up appearing, and that is your reward for the effort. So for me, this painting is not just a landscape, it's a memory, it's a summit reached. It's my way of telling the world, yes, every step was worth it. Thank you very much for accompanying me this far, dear watercolor wizard. If this journey has inspired you, remember that you can access the free class in the description. And if you liked the video, you can subscribe to continue sharing art, nature, and watercolor together.